Hello, I'm Alexis Brink. I'm a TAP and I'm a committee member of USATAA. And I'm introducing today Dr. Brenda Schaeffer. She is a licensed psychologist, a certified addiction specialist, a CTA, a TAPI, a council member of USATAA, and the author of the international bestseller, Is It Love or Is It Addiction? And welcome, Dr. Shaver. It's so nice to
Thank you.
have you. And this is such a wonderfully interesting topic for everybody. And you are having a workshop December 4th at 12 Eastern.
Yes.
And so I have a few questions for you about the workshop and about transactional analysis. Why did you choose transactional analysis and what captured you?
The first thing that captured me is I had a couple of colleagues who went out to the Western Institute with Bob and Mary Goulding, and they came back changed. And I liked the changes. I thought, they've got something here. And then Bob and Mary happened to be coming to do a TA 101 in the vicinity. And so I took that, and it was a game changer. It really helped me create the roadmap I've been looking for to help my clients get from A to Z.
Mm. And which concept are you talking about in TA that really enlightened you?
Well, I think the simplicity of the language I could use with my clients, and also the life script that I to this day use with every client, and also the psychological games, and just many aspects of it fit with, yeah.
Thank you. Why did you become interested in addiction and addictive love, which is, of course, a topic that so many people are questioning about and wondering about, and that we've all experienced in some way. So what drew you into that?
Well, I think it was first discussed in some of my therapy groups, and people talked about how their love relationship was as toxic as their addiction to alcohol or drugs. Mm-hmm. And then I was asked to speak about love and other addictions at a treatment center. And so I put together some things that I was viewing with my clients and what we were discussing in groups. And I put it together, and there was a huge crowd at this lecture, and they actually transcribed it. And that was the premise of my book, Is It Love or Is It Addiction?
Mm-hmm. And so physical addictions and love addictions, they're very similar in a way.
They're similar and they're different, because a process addiction such as love and sex and romance, you're really using something, someone outside of you to trigger the chemicals that in other addictions you ingest. So it's a little different, but it has the same effect in that people do go through withdrawal when they give up an addiction. And it's true about love addiction as well.
Mm-hmm. Probably even feel similarly in a way.
Yes, yes. Many people will tell you that. And in fact, I've had some people in recovery saying it's more difficult to let go of a love addiction than it is to give up alcohol. Mm-hmm. Because you have that person, running around in your head.
And you will talk about that, that it comes from our past, our script, our trauma. Can you give us a little sneak peek of your workshop?
Well,
what can we learn?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about how this starts in early childhood. And I read Robert Phillips' book on structural symbiotic systems, and it really explained how we become vulnerable to love addiction as adults because we had those unhealthy symbiotic relationships with parents as children. And so that's one thing I'm going to be talking about in detail. I'm also going to differentiate between sex, romance, and love addiction, and how they're different biologically and psychologically.
Mhm. And one more thing about the 7-step process that people would learn.
Yes,
Talk about that. Is that your creation?
yes. Well, a creation I observed in with my clients and in my own life, the various stages that people go through. And when they're in love addiction, it's very clear. And then they have to go through that psychological separation. And that's where I get into the transactional analysis, the life script, and the trauma history to find out why they're vulnerable and to help people do the work they were supposed to do in adolescence, and that is to become autonomous. And it's rather tricky. If people are in a relationship, I see both people separately and do the work rather than focus on the relationship.
Brenda, is this a workshop for anybody?
I would say yes, because I have taught this course globally, and people, professionals, people who are struggling in relationships, people who know maybe a family member who is struggling and want to know more about it.
Wonderful. Well, I'll certainly be there, and I think there will be a lot of interest for this workshop. I have just one more question because you're very involved with USATAA. What is your role exactly? What are you doing for them and with them?
Well, I'm on the council, and I am the coordinator of 2 committees, and I also helped with the new website, and I'm a TAPI. So
Wonderful.
we're-
Yes, we spent a lot of time on the
yes,
committee together, so that's great. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Shaver, and I'm really looking forward to this workshop. Is it love or is it addiction from a transactional analysis perspective on December 4 at 12 Eastern? And we hope you will all join us. You can sign up on Eventbrite, and we'll see you all there.